All right, with the transformations project, the first thing that we did was we drew our picture. Okay, you draw your own picture. Some of you used the heart, which is fine, but just make sure that the transformations that you use are ones that you create and not ones that I do. Okay, ones that you create and not ones that I do. Okay, all right. Any questions before I get started? Because I saw a couple. All right, so again, our first step, what we're doing here is to draw our pre-image, our picture. We labeled all of our points. Remember, your pre-image does not have any tick marks on it. You write those ordered pairs here. Your pre-image ordered pairs go here. You have to have at least 10, so that takes you all the way to J. You can have more than 10, but you have to at least have 10. Your next transformation that you make in step 2 is translation. It's translation. And this is the next page on that. You'll give the directions. Okay, I did 12 units to the left. You do not do 12 units to the left. You can do 12. You can do 12 units down. You can do 13 units down and to the left, certain amount of spaces or whatever you want to do. You just cannot use my example for your own. Okay, to write that rule, remember that left, right is talking about X. I'm going to write this over here. Going to your left means that you're going to subtract from X. Going to your right means that you're going to add to your X. Remember, left and right is talking about the X. Up or down is talking about the Y. If you're going up, you're going to add. If you're going down, you're going to subtract from the Y. Okay? So I'm going to do a couple examples over here real quick. So if I say translate 3 units, let's see, right, and 1 unit down, this is the directions. The rule for that direction looks like this. You have X, comma, Y in parentheses, your arrow over, and since it's right, that's X, so I'm going to put X right here, and it says to the right, that's adding. How many times to the right? It's 3, so we're adding 3. Up, down is Y. Y always goes second anyway. But Y says 1 unit down. Down is minus. So I'm going to put -1. And this is my rule. This is my rule. Questions about that? Okay. All right. If you need to take a picture, but it will be in the video. Let's look at step 3. I'm going to go through that again with you. With step 3, you're going to perform a rotation. Remember up here when I did this translation, which I forgot to mention a minute ago, all of my letters, all of my points are going to have 1 tick mark because it moved 1 time. So in my table, as you can see right here, in my table, my A has been moved once, so I put 1 tick mark. So my B, I'm also going to have 1 tick mark when I write my ordered pair. C is going to have 1 tick mark. D all the way down to J, or however many letters you used. Okay. Under rotation, it's going to have 2 tick marks because this is going to be the second time that those points moved. This is my second transformation. So B is going to be B prime prime or 2 tick marks. C is going to have 2 tick marks. D is going to have 2 tick marks because this is the second time that each of those points have moved. Right? You can choose a rotation, whatever rotation you want to choose. You can choose that rotation that you want to choose. Just make sure that you write the rule and the meaning of the rule like I did here. Any questions about this? All right. The 4th and 5th step, Your fourth step says you're going to perform a reflection. Reflection is to flip. It's to flip an object. Okay? Make sure that when you flip it, it's in a different quadrant than it was before. Label your points. Write the directions for the reflection. You don't have to write the rule for the reflection. You're just going to write the directions, whether you're going to flip it over the X or flip it over the Y. Okay? So here, if I'm saying reflection, I'm going to say reflect, well, the directions for reflection. Reflect or reflection over the x-axis. And then you just flip it over the x-axis. Remember that your ordered pairs that you're going to write in the table, and I probably should go to the table when I do this. Like if I was to flip this, flip it going this way, flip it, but make sure that I flip it from that from that second move and not from, well, actually from the third move and not from this move. Okay. All right. So with reflection, your A, this is the third time it's being moved, so it's going to be 3 tick marks. B, this is the third time it's being moved, so it's going to be 3 tick marks. C, this is the third time it's going to be moved, so it's going to be 3 tick marks. And so on and so forth all the way to J. Any questions about that? All right. The last step is that you're going to choose a scale factor. I'm going to choose 2. Scale factor of 2. You could choose 1/2, 3, 4, whatever you want to choose. You're not going to graph these ordered pairs. So we're going to put the pre-image, you see right here, the pre-image ordered pairs. So my pre-image ordered pairs, back to my table, was A from the beginning, 6, 11. So my new location, A prime, because I'm starting all over again, my new location for that is going to be 2 times 6 gives me 12, comma, 2 times 11 gives me 22. So I'll go back and get my pre-image for B. Back to my table again. Pre-image is 3 and 14. So I'm going to put 3, comma 14. And again, I'm going to multiply the scale factor 2 times both X and Y. 3 times 2 is 6. So we got B prime, we got 6 here. Then we got 2 times 14, it's 28. This is my new location for B. Questions about how to do dilation. And actually, it says dilate at scale factor of 3. So Ms. Reyes did that completely wrong. I did 2, but you're going to do 3. Okay? So you're going to multiply 3 times 6 and get your answer there. 3 times 11 and get your answer. You're going to use 3. I did the example of 2. You're going to use 3. I just did 2. Any other questions about that?